Hello everyone, this is Amritesh sir and you are watching Amritesh tutorial. In this video, we are going to discuss chapter 3 which is lines and angle of class 9. So chapter 6 which is lines and angle based on some properties related to angles and the concept of parallel lines and their related properties. So for studying this chapter, we need to clear few points, few important terms which are related and very necessary for this chapter. So let us discuss these points. What are these points and how these points are important? So the first point or the basic definition related to this chapter is, first we need to understand few basic terms. So the first term is what? First term is point. What is point? How we can define a point? So in geometry, a point is a location. So we can define point like that. In geometry, a point is a location. A point is a location. Point is a location represented by a dot. In geometry, what is point? Point is a location represented by a dot. It does not have any length. It does not have any length, width, shape or size. It has only a position. It has only a position. A point. What is point? In geometry, a point is a location represented by a dot. It does not have any length, width, shape and size. It has only a position. So it is basically, a point is what? Point is a place location which is denoted by a dot, and it is a dimensionless quantity. It has no any dimension. We can represent point like this. Suppose it is point A, this is point B, this is point P, this is point Q. These are the representation of point. Second important point is line. So what is line? So line is when two distinct points are connected. When two distinct points are connected, they form a line. They form a line. When two distinct points are connected, they form a line, and this line is also free to move in the both direction. This line is free to move in both direction. So line is basically what? The combination of two distinct places point, and they are free to move in the both direction. Means there is no any end point. Suppose it is point A and it is point B. When we join these two distinct points such that their both points are free to move in both their direction, they are called line. So line can be represented like this. Suppose I have to represent this line, so it is represented by AB and both side arrow is there. This is the line. Next point is line segment. Next, the third point is line segment. So what is line segment? So line segment is a part of line. It is a part of line. It is a part of line that is bounded by two distinct points. By two distinct end point. How it is different from line? It is different from line that in line there are two distinct points connection, but they are not end point. End point means the length of the line segment is finite. The length of line segment is finite. The length of line segment is finite, means fixed. Suppose it is a point A and it is point B. When we join these 2 points with a straight line, this is called line. Why it is called line? Because A is also fixed. A is the end point and B is also end point. Both are the end points. Means they are not allowed to move in their both directions. Its length is fixed. So it is called line segment. How it can be represented? It can be represented like A, B and 2 fixed dots in the both direction. This is called ray. This is called line segment. And the next point, next is ray. So ray is what? Ray is also a part of line. That has, it is also a part of line which is that has a fixed starting point, but no end point. It has a fixed starting point but no end point. It can be extended infinitely. It can be extend infinitely in one direction only. It can be extended infinitely in one direction only, because one direction is what? One direction is fixed. Initially it is fixed from its starting point, and so the ray is, it is a part of line that has fixed starting point but no end point, and it can be expanded infinitely in one direction. This is AB and it can be extended up to, in one direction it is fixed in A and can be expanded in the other direction. Suppose it is fixed in B, then it can allow to move freely in A direction. So it can be written as AB and bar, which is fixed in one direction in AB, and here it is fixed from B and can be moved to A direction. Now the next point. Next point is various conditions. What are these conditions? Various conditions. So what are these conditions? So first condition is, suppose we need to compare between AB line and BA line. So if we want to compare between AB line and BA line, so what is the relation between this? So AB means what? It is AB, means it is free to move in A as well as in B. And BA means what? It is B and it is A, so it is allowed to move in B same as it is allowed to move in A. So if we check the numerical value of these two, so AB also allowed to move from A and B, and BA also allowed to move free from B to A. So these two are equal. There is no any change in its value when the position of the number is changed. Next is line segment AB. When I am writing line segment AB, and similarly the line segment BA. Now again check with the diagram. AB, when we draw a line AB, and BA, when we draw the same line BA here, it is BA. So we know that line segments, these two are line segments. Why? Because these two are fixed in their length. Means the length of AB is fixed and the length of BA is also fixed. So if we measure the length of A and B, means if we move from A to B, we travel certain distance. Similarly, if we move from B to A, we travel certain distance. So their distances are same because they are fixed from both the ends. So these two are equal. So the line places of alphabet, or if we change the order of alphabet, there is no any change in the measurement. Next is, if we write AB arrow means ray, and if we write AB ray in opposite direction. So when we compare these two, when we plot a diagram here, it is fixed in A and move in B direction, and for AB, this one, it is fixed in B and move in A direction. So here A point is fixed and B is movable. Here B point is fixed and A is movable. So these two are not equal. So when we are writing AB line and BA line, so these two are equal. When we are writing AB line segment and BA line segment, these two are also equal. But when we are writing AB ray and AB ray in another direction, then due to the changes in direction, they are not equal. So AB ray and AB ray in another direction, these two are not equal. This is the condition. Now the next point is angle. What is angle? So what is angle? When two rays combine when two rays combine with when two rays combine with a common end point, with a common end point, the arc developed at that point, the arc developed at that point between the two rays, is called angle. When two rays combine with a common end point, so this is the common end point and this is first ray and this is second ray. The common end point is A. When these two rays combine at a common end point A, it is fixed and another is movable. Then the arc developed between these 2 points is called angle. This arc is called angle. And the arc developed between these two rays is called angle. This is the angle, and this fixed point is called vertex, and these two are called arm. These two are called arm. These are called arm. Now, next point is, what is interior of an angle? Interior of an angle. So all the points, suppose this is the angle name is, suppose it is A, B and C, and few points are there, suppose it is E, D, it is Q, and this one is, suppose this one is P. So what is interior of an angle? So what is interior? Set of all the points in its set of all the points lies between the two rays, lies between the two rays with common end point, with common end point. Interior, set of all the points, set of all those points which lies between these two rays which are common at one end point, so they are called interior. So here all the points that are lies in between these two rays is what? These are the 2 points. So point E and point D are in interior, of angle BAC. Point E and D are in interior of angle BAC. Next is exterior. What is exterior? Exterior of an angle. So what is exterior? So exterior is all the points that are lies outside the rays. All the points that are lies outside the rays with common end point, with common end points. So all the points that are lies outside the rays. So these are the two rays with the common end point A, and the point lies outside is only P, this one. So point P is outside, or we can say that it is exterior. Point P is exterior of angle BAC. Next is on the angle. On the angle. So what is on the angle? On the angle means all the points that are lies either in any arm, all the points lies either on the rays or we can say that arm, on the arms or vertex, either on the arm or vertex. These are called on the angle. So here point O is on the angle because O lies on the arm. So this is about the exterior, interior and on the line point. Next is kinds of angle. Kinds of angle. So kinds of angles, there are various kinds of angle with their property. So first angle is zero angle. So zero angle means, suppose I am taking angle as A. So the angle whose measurement is 0 degree, it is called zero angle. So how zero angle is formed? Suppose I am writing this line AB. So zero angle means this point, the only point indicates zero angle. So this point, suppose this point is O. So O is what? O is, suppose it is PQ. And this one is O. So O is what? O is zero angle. Next is acute angle. What is acute angle? If the angle measurement is greater than 0 degree but less than 90 degree, they are called acute angle. So this is an acute angle because here the angle measurement is less than 90 but greater than 0 degree. Third is right angle. The right angle means the angle whose measurement is 90 degree, it is called right angle. This is called right angle. And one more important point is there, that only the right angle can be represented by a square arc. The rest of all the angles can be represented by curve arc. Only right angle means the angle whose measurement 90 degree is represented by a square arc. Next is right angle. Next is obtuse angle. So obtuse angle, the angle measurement is greater than 90 degree and less than 180 degree. So how we represent the diagram of obtuse angle? So obtuse angle is greater than 90 degree but less than 180 degree. Next one is straight angle. Straight angle. So straight angle measurement is 180 degree. And how straight angle can be represented? This one is straight angle. Next point is reflex angle. Reflex angle. Reflex angle means the measurement of angle is 180 degree greater than 180 but less than 360. This is called reflex angle. Greater than 180 but less than 360. Next one is complete angle. What is complete angle? The angle whose measurement is 360 degree. It is called complete angle. And this is represented by the complete rotation of arc. This is complete angle. So what is the difference between straight angle and 0 degree angle? So 0 degree, what is the difference between 0 and straight? And the difference between 0 and straight is there is an indication of arc for the straight angle, but if there is no any indication of arc, then it means that it is 0 degree. These are the kinds of angle. Next point is, this is 360 degree, that means complete angle. So if a ray OA starting from its original position OA rotates about O, that means this angle starts rotation like this. I am taking the axis as O, about O in anti-clockwise direction. And after making a complete revolution, it comes back to its original position, we can say that it has rotated through 360 degree. It has rotated through 60 degree. If a ray OA starting from its initial position OA rotates about O in anti-clockwise direction and after making a complete revolution it comes back to its original position, we can say that it has rotated through 360 degree. So anti-clockwise direction and complete revolution. So 1 degree is what? Is here 360 degree. So 360 degree means 1 hour. So 1 degree means what? 1 degree means 60 minutes. 1 degree means 60 minutes and it is represented by one line. 60 minutes. Similarly, 1 minute is 60 seconds and 60 seconds is represented by 2 lines. So 1 degree is 60 minutes and 1 minute is what? 60 seconds. Next point is equal angles. Next point is equal angles. So what is equal angles? So equal angles means if the measurement of two angles is equal, two angles are said to be equal if the measurement of two angles are equal. If their measurements are equal, then they are called equal angle. Suppose the angle A measures is 60 degree, angle B is also 60 degree, then angle A is equal to angle B. Next point is bisector of an angle. Next point is bisector of an angle. So what is bisector? So first we have to draw an angle. Suppose this angle is AOB. Suppose OP is any ray which bisect this angle into two equal parts, or we can say that OP ray divides angle AOB in two equal parts. So a ray OP is the bisector of angle AOB. Bisector of angle AOB if the measurement is indicated by a small a, m. Measurement of angle AOP is equal to measurement of angle BOP. A ray OP is the bisector of angle AOB such that, and if the condition is that measurement of angle AOP is always equal to measurement of angle BOP, means this angle, measurement of this angle must be equal to this angle, then only we can say that OP is the bisector of angle AOB. So if measurement of angle AOP is equal to measurement of angle BOP, we can also say that measurement of angle AOP is equal to measurement of angle BOP, and these two are equal, so it is half of measurement of angle AOB. It is half of measurement of angle AOB, means both are half of the measurement of angle AOB. Next point is complementary angles. Complementary angles. So what is complementary angles? How we can define a complementary angle? So two angles are said to be complementary. Two angles are said to be complementary if the sum of their measure is 90 degree. If the sum of the two angles measure is 90 degree, then we can say that these two angles are complementary angles, and the complementary angles are called two complementary angles are called complement of each other. Two complementary angles are called complement of each other. Suppose we have an angle A is equal to 54 degree. Then what will be the complementary angle of angle A? So the complement of angle A is equal to, we know that the sum of complementary angle is 90 degree. So if we have one angle is 54, then another angle is 90 minus 54, means 90 minus angle A. We can also say that the complement of angle A is 90 minus angle A. So 90 minus angle A measure is 54. So 90 minus 54, that is equal to 36. So the complement of angle A is 36. Next is supplementary angles. Supplementary angles. So what are supplementary angles? How we can define any supplementary angles? So two angles are said to be supplementary. Two angles are said to be supplementary if their sum measures 180 degree. If two angles sum measure is 180 degree, then they are called supplementary angles. Similarly, two supplementary angles are called supplement to each other. And if one angle is, suppose one angle is 66 degree, then the supplement of angle A is equal to 180 degree minus angle A. So 180 degree minus 66 degree. So it is 114 degree. So these are called supplementary angles. Suppose we have another angle B is 80 degree and angle C is 100 degree. We have to find out that B and C are supplements to each other or not. So when we add B and C, if we get 180, then only they are supplement to each other, otherwise they are not supplement. So when we add BC, 80 degree plus 100 degree, that is equal to 180 degree. So if we get the sum as 180 degree, they are supplement to each other. This is the supplementary angles. So this is all about angles and their types. So let us solve some questions related to the theory portion that we have discussed and try to solve it. Few important questions. So question number one. Question number one is, find the measure of the complement of an angle of 48 degree 36 minute 24 second. Find the measure of complement of an angle of measure 48 degree 36 minute and 24 second. So we know that the complement is what? When we have to find out the complement is what? 90 degree minus angle. So complement is what? 90 degree minus given angle. So here the given angle is in degree as well as in minute and in second. So how we can subtract 90 degree and 48 degree 36 minute and 24 second? So for subtracting these two, we need to convert this 90 degree also in minute and second. So 90 degree, we can write 90 degree as, when we take 1 degree and convert this 1 degree into minute. So as we have discussed in the theory portion, when we take 1 degree from 90, it will be now 89 degree. And 1 degree means 60 minutes. So 60 minute, but here we also want second. So from 60 minute, when we take 1 minute, it left with 59 minute. And when we take 1 minute and convert it into 6 degree, it is now 60 degree. So 90 degree can also be written as 89 degree, 59 minute and 60 second. Now subtract these two. So complement angle is what? Write degree, then minute and then second. So 89 degree, 55 minute and 60 second, and subtract it 48 degree, 36 minute and 24 second. When we subtract it, we get 6 4 10, 3 2 6, 6 3 9, 2 1 and 4. 41 degree, 23 minute and 36 second. So complement angle must be 21 degree 23 41 degree 23 minute 36 second. This is the complement of 48 degree 36 minute and 24 second. Similarly, for finding the supplement, we may write 180 degree as 179 degree, and when we change 1 degree into minute, it is 60 minute, and when we take 1 minute and convert it into second, it is 59 minute and 60 seconds. So we can write, when we have to find out the supplement of any number, any angle, and an angle is given in degree, minute and second, we need to convert 180 also in degree, minute and second. So 180 degree can also be written as. Next question is, find the measure of an angle. Find the measure of an angle if 7 times its complement is 10 degree less than 3 times its supplement. 3 times its supplement. Question is, find the measure of an angle if 7 times its complement is 10 degree less than the 3 times of its supplement. So let the angle be x. When the angle is x, then its complement is what? We know that how we can find out complement by subtracting the angle width from 90 degrees. So 90 minus x, and its supplement is what? Its supplement is 180 minus x. So now it is written in the question that 7 times of its, so according to question, 7 times its complement. So 7 times, and the complement is what? 90 minus x, is equal to 10 less than 3 times its supplement. So 3 times its supplement we have 180 minus x, and 10 less, so minus 10. So when we multiply it, 9 6 is 63, 630 degree minus 7x equal to 18 3 is 54, 540 degree minus 3x minus 10. So it is 630, and 540 minus 10, 530, and minus 513, which is equal to minus 3x. When we 7 shifted to right side, it is plus 7x. So we can also write that 4x equal to 100. So x equal to what? 100 by 4. When we cancel it, we get x equal to 25. So when x equal to 25, so we have to find out the measure of angle. So the measure of angle is 25 degree. This is the question related to complement and supplement angles. One more question I have related to angles. So next question is, if angle A equal to 36 degree 27 minute and 46 second, and angle B equal to 28 degree 43 minute 39 second, find angle A plus angle B. We have to find out the sum of angle A and angle B. So here both the angles are written in degree, minute and second. So write degree, minute and second. So degree is 36, angle A, this is angle A, this is angle B. Angle A is 36 degree 27 minute and 46 second, and another is 28 degree 43 minute and 39 second. So we need to add it. Now add it. When we add these two, we get 9 6 15, 4 3 7 1 8. Again 7 3 10, 4 2 6 1 7. Again 8 6 14, 3 2 5. So it is 54 degree. It is 8 6 14 and 3 2 5 1 6 64. So it is 64 degree 70 minute and 85 second. So 85 second is more than 60 second. That means we can easily convert and take 1 minute from 60 second, because it is more than 60. So when we subtract minus 60 second and add it to minute, we can add 1 in the minute. If we subtract 60 second, then we can add 1 in the minute. So when we subtract 60 second, it is now 25 second. And when we add it, it is now 71 minute and it is 64 degree. Now again, 71 is also greater than 60. So we can also subtract here 60 minute. When we subtract 60 minute, it implies that we can add 1 degree also, because 1 degree is equal to 60 minute. Now it can also be changed in the form of minute and second. So 60, when we subtract 60, it is 11 minute, and when we add 1, it is now 65 degree. So our final answer is 65 degree, 11 minute and 25 second. How we can solve it? First of all, we add all the numbers. Now we check that whether the given number which is given in here second and which we get in minute, these are greater than 60 or not. If they are greater than 60, then we can convert it into its larger form. So if 60 is greater than second is greater than 60, that means we can take 1 minute from 60 second. So how we can take 1 minute? By subtracting it into 60 second, because 60 second is equal to 1 minute. So we take 60 second from 85 second. So when we take 60 second, that means we subtract 60. So we left with 25 minute. And when we take 60 second from it, that means we add 1 minute in the minute. So when we add 1 minute, it is now 71 minute. Now again, 71 minute is also greater than 60. So we can also take 1 minute. So when we take 1 minute, that means we need to subtract 60 here. So we can take 1 degree when we subtract here 60 minutes. So when we subtract here 60 minutes, it is 11 minute. And when we take 60 minutes, that means we have added here what? 1 degree, because 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes. So when we add 1 degree, it is now 65 degree. So our answer is 65 degree, 11 minute and 25 second. This is all about this video. We will discuss about few more terms and their related questions in the next video. And also we will discuss about the parallel lines and their concept in the next video. Thank you.